外から歩いても
前後になるのと横になるのとお子さんとかだとなんかはいそうでもよかったです。ありがとうございます。これマミの結構そうですね。そうするとあそこの感じが前に一番
奥ですね。そうそうそう。 で聞いて
Please welcome today's guest speaker. 皆さん手を挙げていただけるとどこを見たらいいか分かりやすいかと思います。
だから吉村さんで。お願いします。
すみません、笑顔でね、笑顔。小林君笑顔。はい、すみません。はい。
こちらお願いします。お願いします。はい、ありがとうございます。
この辺でよろしいでしょうか。ありがとうございます。どうぞおかけになってください。
Ladies and gentlemen, members of the press, welcome to the Foreign Correspondents Club of Japan. I'm Dan Sloan, president of this organization. Today we'd like to offer a hearty welcome to the 2024 Japan Series champions, Yokohama DeNA Bay Stars, who defeated the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks 4-2 to win the title. And they're represented today by manager Daisuke Miura and catcher Yasutaka Tobashiro. I usually try to be impartial and unbiased about our guest speakers, but today, ladies and gentlemen, I'm wearing my true colors, thanks to my local friends at Laser Rush. I have been a Yokohama resident for 13 years, watched this team fight with fewer resources than many powerful franchises, and I, the city of Yokohama, and the entire prefecture of Kanagawa were overcome with emotion when the team won their first title in 26 years on Sunday, November 4th, by a score of 11-2 in Game 6. The team's incredible comeback initially saw them barely make the playoffs, then defeat the Hanshin Tigers, Yomiuri Giants, and Hawks to capture the Japanese baseball crown and leave tens of thousands in Yokohama dancing in the streets. Manager Miura, a member of the 1998 championship team, just won the Shoriki Award as Best Kantoku last season, when the team's slogan was, "All for the win." Despite a .507 winning percentage during the regular season, the lowest in Japanese baseball history for a champion, the Bay Stars made history and may see their handprints in bronze outside the wonderful Yokohama Stadium like that last team 26 years ago. So, with no further ado, let me introduce number 18, Hamono Bancho, manager Daisuke Miura, and starting catcher, number 10, Yasutaka Tobashiro. Gentlemen, if you make opening remarks, please.
はい、ただいまご紹介に預かりました三浦です。本日は、このような場に、ご招待いただき誠にありがとうございます。時間の許す限り、皆様の質問に、答えていきたいと思いますのでよろしくお願いいたします。
Thank you for the introduction. My name is Miura. I'm the manager. And thank you very much for inviting us to this such a prestigious place. And we'd like to answer your questions as long as time allows. Thank you.
はい、ただいま僕もご紹介があったんですけど、戸柱です。本日はこういう場に初めて、立たせてもらうんですけど、ちょっと緊張しているので皆さん質問はラフな感じでよろしくお願いします。本日はよろしくお願いします。
As introduced, my name is Tobashira, and this is my first time to be in such a place, this kind of a setting. So I'm kind of nervous today. So I look forward to your questions. Thank you very much.
Okay, we are live on YouTube streaming, but we are going to open the floor to our working press and fans of the team who are here first. I have a number of questions for the players. Jim Armstrong will be our first question. As always, try to limit yourself to one question and no speeches. Thank you.
Congratulations to both of you. Jim Armstrong, Japan forward. It really has to be considered one of the greatest comebacks of all time. You lost 2 games at home, and then you went to Fukuoka and beat the best team in Japanese baseball 3 games straight, then came back home and won. To the manager, what was the mood on the team after those 2 losses, and what did you tell your players after those 2 games at home? Thank you.
まずは優勝おめでとうございます。 ジム・アームストロング、ジャパンフォワードのジム・アームストロングと申します。で、今回のベイスターズの優勝は史上最大のカムバック、下克上とも呼ばれております。チームがまずホームで2敗して、その後福岡に行って3連勝、そしてホームに戻ってきて、勝利をして優勝を決めたわけですが、その最初2敗した後にチームのムードはどういうものだったでしょうか。そして監督、その時に選手の皆さんにはどんなことをおっしゃいましたか。
はい、そうですね、ホームで2敗した後、移動日挟んで練習日があったんですけども、その時も選手たちはしっかりと前を向いて明るく練習してましたし、何か一度集まって話をした方がいいのかなと思ってた時に、選手自らが、牧キャプテン中心に、選手だけでミーティングをしたいという話を聞いたので、もうこれで任せとけば大丈夫だなと、この自発的に選手たちからミーティングをするっていうことが非常に嬉しかったですし、非常に大きなことかなと、そのあたりで、切り替えっていうのはしっかりできてましたし、その2連敗したことによって、チーム全体が落ち込むとか、もうだめだ、強いなっていう、そのマイナスなネガティブな空気感にはならなかったので、そのあたりは、非常に選手たちが頼もしく見えましたし、あと僕はずっとそのポストシーズンに入って言ってたことは、ミスしたらもうそのミスはすぐに忘れろと、あとその毎試合毎試合その1試合に自分が持っているすべての力を出し切っていこうと、出し切らないと勝てない相手だということは常に言ってました。
Yes, so we lost 2 games at home, and then there was 1 day off, and we did the practice. And while practicing, our team members were really looking ahead, looking forward. You know, they were not down at all. And although I thought that maybe I should gather all the players and have a meeting, but at that time I heard from Maki, who is our captain, that he would like to gather members and have a meeting of the players alone. And when I heard that, I thought this is going to be okay because the players are taking the initiatives to do something about the situation. So I think with that, the members were able to change their mindset. So after the 2 losses, the players were not down at all, and there was no negative atmosphere in the team. And I thought that was quite reliable. In the postseason, I kept telling the players that if you make a mistake, if you make an error, just forget about it immediately. And I also told them that every single game, if we have to give it everything that we have, otherwise we cannot win over this very strong opponent.
All right, I'll take the liberty of asking a question of Tobashiro-san. You were on the 2017 team that lost to the Hawks in 6 games. How did home field, particularly in Game 6, turn the tide? It was a close game until Sutsugo's home run started the momentum going, and then at that point, the team just went crazy in the 5th and 7th innings. What gave you such encouragement? Was it just a very positive, rowdy crowd?
戸柱さんにお伺いしますけれども、戸柱さんは2017年の日本シリーズでもホークスと対戦されました。でその時には、福岡ドームで第6戦で敗れて終わったわけですが、今回はですね、ホームに帰ってきて、来たわけですけど、やっぱりホーム開催というのが有利に働きましたか。第6戦は途中まではすごく接戦で、それで筒香選手の先制ホームランがあって、その後すごく勢いがついて5回、7回と得点を重ねて、最後は大勝だったわけですけれども、やはりホームの本当にファンの応援というものがやっぱし効いたんでしょうか。
はい、それはもちろんやっぱりホームで試合できるということは、僕たち選手はねファンの声援と応援がすごいなと思いますし、僕はそのセ・リーグ一の応援だと思っていて、本当にこの、ね、負けられない試合が続いてから すごい選手みんな背中を押してもらいましたし、本当に選手と、ね、監督コーチだけじゃなくてファンの皆さんも一体になって強いソフトバンクさんを、横浜一体となって本当に戦えたかなっていうのはすごい感じてます。
Yes, of course. Playing a game at home field with such wonderful fans cheering for us, it was such a power for us. And I do believe that the BayStars fans are the greatest fans of all the Central League. And we were doing the games which we cannot lose even one game. And then the cheers from the fans were really a boost for us players. And fans, and manager and coaches and all the players became one to fight against such a formidable opponent as SoftBank Hawks.
Yeah, Julia?
Julian Ryle, Daily Telegraph of London. Yokohama resident, big fan. Congratulations. Just one simple question. Before the season started, a couple of high-profile players decided to go somewhere else. I'm thinking of Soto and Bauer, and probably others. Do you think they regret their decision now?
はい、ジュリアンと申します。横浜市民でベイスターズファンであります。シーズン前にですね、何人かのその有力な、選手が、チームを離れました。バウアー選手などなんですが、その決定に関して、その後、後悔されるようなことはなかったんでしょうか。
後悔はなかったですね。選手の権利ですし、ただ確かに先発で、しっかりローテを守る投手が抜けるのはチームとしては非常に痛かったんですけども、逆にチャンスを捉えて若い選手たちがその分、出番が増えていろんな若い選手をその中で一人で埋めるわけじゃなく、みんなで、カバーしながらいけたことによって、その新しい戦力、後半戦ポストシーズンとかでも、リリーフでもしっかりと、接戦でも投げれる投手が出てきたのかなと思っております。
No, we didn't have any regrets. Actually, it is the entitlements of the players, so it's their choice. Of course, it was really, there was an impact because one of the very good starter pitchers was not with us anymore. However, that was also a chance for other young rising pitchers. And of course, we did not cover the loss of Bauer and other players with just one player, but the many other players really grew and became a new force in the team, so that we could play very good in the latter half of the season and also in the postseason. And they became the very good relievers and really made a very good pitches in a very tight games.
Sorry, Julian's just going to ask a follow-up question.
I'm sorry, I probably didn't explain myself clearly. Did they regret leaving Yokohama?
If they were in touch.
すいません。最初に後悔とお伺いしたのは、去った選手たちが後悔しているでしょうかということでした。失礼いたしました。
どうなんですかね。今永とはまだちょっと話をしてないんで分かんないですけども、連絡あった？
そうですね、僕ははい
なんか言ってた。
僕がメジャーリーグに挑戦するときに、翔太お前がいなくなってから優勝するから見といてなみたいな冗談とか言ってたんで、本当になったんで本人お前がおらんくなったからやみたいな話はしたら、いやそんなん言わんといてくださいみたいなこれジョークで関係性なんでいつもふざけ合ってるんですけど、本人は、ね、そういう感じで、でもすごい喜んでました。はい。
Actually, we don't know because we haven't. I haven't met in touch with, for example, Mr. Imanaga, who went to MLB. But the Tobashira-san was in touch with the Imanaga-san after the winning the championship. Because I was telling Imanaga that, okay, you are now in the U.S., but okay, let's see, we are going to win the championship. We are going to win the Japan series. So, and you will regret it. And that's the kind of joke that we were having before the season started. Then, actually, we actually won the Japan series. And after we won the series, then I got in touch with Imanaga and talked about that. We are in this kind of relationship where we can always play with our jokes and so forth. But actually, he said he was very, very glad that the team won the Japan series.
Okay, if I don't see a hand, I'll go for another question. This one, it was referred to already. The starting pitching was particularly outstanding in the playoffs and Japan series compared to the regular season. Tobashira-san caught most of those games. Kantoku, you obviously were, overseeing the pitching and who was going on what days. Was there a special approach, particularly against the Hawks, who were such a powerful team? Take, for example, Hotaka Yamakawa. He led the PL in home runs and RBIs. What kind of special strategy did you have to kind of neutralize their power capability?
はい、今、先発ピッチャーの話が出ましたけれども、レギュラーシーズンに比べてですね、ポストシーズン、それから日本シリーズでは特に先発ピッチャーが大変素晴らしい貢献をしました。で、これ、それから、監督さんもちろんピッチャーご出身なので、そのピッチャーの采配などもされていると思うんですが、戸柱さんにもお伺いしたいんですが、特にホークスという非常に強豪を相手にして、何か特別な、それとは違う、これまでとは違うアプローチなどは取られたんでしょうか。例えば山川選手のようなパリーグのホームラン王、打点王といった非常に強力なバッターを要するその打撃陣に対して、どのようにそれを抑えるためにどういうようなアプローチを取られたんでしょうか。
はい、まずはピッチャーがねしっかり投げてくれたことに尽きるんですけど、1戦目と2戦目横浜の時にやっぱり彼にね山川選手に打たれて点を取られてやっぱり負けにつながりましたし、それによってやっぱソフトバンクの打線もやっぱり勢いに乗った部分がやっぱり2試合感じたので、やっぱり3戦目以降同じやり方しているようでやっぱりね選手としてもチームとしてもやっぱり良くないと思いますし、そこは1戦目2戦目の反省を生かしてないですけど、ピッチャーがそこに投げてくれる安心して投げれるようにバッターの分析もそうですけど試合前の話練習の前からここに投げれば大丈夫とホームラン1本 OK ぐらいの気持ちで投げてきてくれっていうのは随時伝えてて、本当に3戦目以降はね僕自身本当にさっきも言いましたけどピッチャーが本当に投げてくれたのでそれに尽きるかなとは思います。はい。
Yes, I think in the end, it was thanks to the pitchers who were able to throw for long innings. And in Game 1 and Game 2, and indeed, it was Mr. Yamakawa who had hits and scored runs, and as a result, we were defeated. And that gave the SoftBank team a momentum, and that momentum I could feel in Game 2. So we thought that Game 3 onward, we cannot adopt the same approach, same strategy. So we took the learnings from Game 1 and Game 2, and I told the pitchers that they can feel comfortable in throwing the pitches that I asked them to. And we did a lot of research about the batters of the SoftBank Hawks, and we did a lot of meetings before the games. And I told the pitchers that just a solo home run is okay. that's no problem. And actually, in Game 3 onward, the pitchers really threw very well. And that was the decisive factor that we were able to win.
Okay, yes, sir.
Yeah, hi, Doug Montgomery with Global Connects Media. Once again, congratulations. I think the last 2 years, we have two teams that haven't won in a long time. We have Yokohama winning this year. Last year was Hanshin. Major League Baseball actually has its own problem in that the top 6 or 7 teams are winning every year. The Dodgers, 12 of the last 13 years, win the pennant. Japanese baseball has had similar issues with the stronger teams, the Hawks or the Giants. What can be done in Japan to make sure that the success of all the different teams in all the areas can continue? I think it's fantastic for the city of Yokohama. Obviously, the turnout was huge. Hanshin, same thing last year. It would be lovely to have this spread around the country.
はい。ここ2年ほどですね、今年は横浜ですし、去年は阪神が優勝しましたけれども、どうも、勝つチームが特定のチームで決まってしまっているという問題があります。で、MLB の方もやっぱり毎年6チームから7チームぐらいの間でずっと優勝が決まるという感じで、ドジャーズなんかはもう13年間ずっとポストシーズンに進出しています。で、日本もやはり同じような問題があるのではないかと思います。パリーグならホークス、それからセリーグならジャイアンツが強くて、その優勝する傾向が強いという問題があると思います。今後どうしたらいろいろなチームが、いろんな地域に本拠を置くいろいろなチームが勝てるように、優勝できるようになると思いますか。今年横浜球場ではもう本当にたくさんのファンが詰めかけました。去年も阪神も本当に大勢のファンが球場に詰めかけましたが、どうしたらもっといろいろなチームが勝てるようになると思いでしょうか。
はい、そうですね、他球団ともあれですけども、やっぱり自分のところのチームの戦力補強、やっぱり自分のところのチームが強くなるためにということで、もちろん見てるファンの方にしてみれば、いろんなチームが、戦力が均衡した方が面白い試合が増えると思うんですけども、戦ってる我々としては、自分のチームがどうやったら強くなるのか。もうそこだけを考えて、あんまり他球団が強くなってもらうと困るんであれですけども、そこの努力と、あとは球界全体でその日本の野球がどうしたら盛り上がるのかということも、同時に取り組んでいかないといけないなと思ってますし、その若い今ね、日本の有力な選手たちがやっぱり海外に行く傾向はありますけども、やっぱり日本の野球がもっともっと魅力的になれば、日本にねプレーしたいっていう逆に外国の選手たちも増えてくるのかなと思ってます。
Well, I don't know about the other teams. All we think that is that we want to make our team and my team stronger. And of course, from the perspective of baseball fans, it would be more interesting to see a lot of different teams, very strong. However, we tend to think and focus about our own team and think about how we can make our team stronger. And of course, actually, honestly speaking, we would be in trouble if other teams getting stronger. However, it's important that we make efforts so that the Japanese baseball will be more popular. And then with this situation right now, where the Japanese, baseball players going abroad to play, it's important that we make the Japanese baseball more attractive to players, even to foreign players, so that they want to come to Japan to play baseball.
All right, I'll ask another, and then we'll open the floor to all our guests today. This is ostensibly for the Kantoku, but we talked about the veterans' contribution. Certainly, Tobushiro-san among the veterans who contributed dramatically in the playoffs. Maki, captain of the team, Kuwahara-san, who was MVP, he hit 444 and was the series MVP, and Tsutsugo-san, who got that American MLB experience and has come back and had 2 decisive hits in the final. How big were your veterans here, and how did they motivate some of your younger players?
これ監督さんにお伺いしますけれども、今回のシリーズではベテランの活躍が非常に目立ちました。戸柱さんご自身もそうですし、それから、キャプテンの牧選手、それからシリーズの MVP を獲得した、桑原選手、打率4割4分4厘、という素晴らしい成績でした。で、それから筒香選手もですね、MLB から復帰をしてきて、そして第6戦では本当に決定的な活躍をされました。こうしたベテランの活躍というのが、やはり若い選手たちをどのように動機づけたというふうにお思いでしょうか。
そのベテラン選手中心にミーティングをしてくれたりとか、やっぱ選手を鼓舞してくれましたね。その試合での戦い方、姿勢もそうですけど、普段の練習の時から、非常にそのベテラン若手関係なく、会話量っていうのが増えましたし、ロッカーでは本当に筒香もね、帰ってきて最初の頃は、気を使いながら、若い選手たちに接してましたけども、若い選手たちもね、そのあたりも感じながら、最初は緊張もしてたと思うんですけども、それを筒香が自ら、若い選手たちの方に降りていき、でベテラン陣もそうですし、もうみんながもうその年齢関係なく、ロッカーでもグラウンドでもしっかりとコミュニケーションが取れるようになったのが、一体感というのが生まれた原因だと思います。
Yes, the veteran players took the initiative of organizing meetings, and in that way, they indeed motivated the other young players. And it was not just during the games, but also in practices. There was no barriers between the veteran players and the young players, and they were communicating a lot, and actually their communication grew as the season went on. For example, Tsutsugo, after coming back to the DeNA from MLB, at first, I could see that he was really nervous, surrounded by young members, and the young players too was feeling a little bit nervous in his presence. However, Tsutsugo himself made efforts to communicate more with the young players. And by doing that, there was this atmosphere in the team where the age doesn't matter, whether it's in the field or in the clubhouse. And that's the factor which led to this feeling of unity that, we are playing as one team. And so that was thanks to such communications.
Okay, Jim?
This is for Tabashira-san. You were the MVP of the Climax Series against the Giants. Have you ever had a hitting streak like that before in your career? And do you think beating the dreaded Giants was a huge motivating factor for the team that helped you go on to win the Japan Series? Thanks.
戸柱さんにお伺いします。巨人とのクライマックスシリーズのファイナルシリーズでは MVP を獲得されましたが、そういったご経験というのは今までありましたか？で、巨人というその大きな相手をですね、打ち負かして、そして日本シリーズに進出できたというのが、日本シリーズを戦う上でのやはりモチベーションにかなりなったんでしょうか？
はい、今までその MVP 取った経験はなくて、初めてだったので、すごい本当に嬉しかったですし、そのファイナルステージで、みんなで戦って出れたことによって、僕だけじゃなくて選手みんながすごい自信持って胸張ってセ・リーグ代表として戦っていこうという話もね、選手のミーティング、選手間のミーティングだけでもすごい話は しましたし、 一番は今言いましたけど、そのセ・リーグの代表として胸張って戦っていこうという気持ちで日本シリーズン入れたので、先ほどね監督さんも言ってくれましたけど、選手の中でやったミーティングがすごい大きかったかなというのは振り返ればすごい思います。はい。
It was my first time to receive such an award, an MVP award. So, frankly, I was very, very happy. And yes, because we were able to beat Giants in the final stage of the climax series, we were able to gain confidence in ourselves. And we were able to think that we can take pride in ourselves as representatives of the Central League to face against the Hawks. And that's something that we did actually discuss in our meetings. And then, so we were able to really take pride in ourselves when we face off the Hawks in the Japan series. And as a manager said, so we had our own meeting among the players alone. And I think, looking back from now, I think that was really a turning point for us in the series. Thank you.
I'm going to ask the Kantoko a question. First, congratulate him again on winning the Shoriki Award for Best Manager. I asked him this question in the separate room because I didn't want to embarrass him, and I was embarrassed that I didn't know the answer, which is, how did you get the nickname Hamano Bancho?
で監督にお伺いしますけれども、その勝力賞最優秀監督ということで受賞されたことを、お祝い申し上げます。で先ほど事前打ち合わせの時にちょっとこの質問をしてで答えを知らなかったのでちょっと恥ずかしかったんですけど、でも聞いたんですが、浜野番長というニックネームはどこからついたんですかということをお伺いしたいと思います。
はい、1年2年目か1年目かぐらいの時だと思うんですけども、最初につけられたのはマスコミの方につけられましたね。見出しで浜野番長って出た時に、正直第一印象ですけどダサいなっていうのが僕らの時代のまだもう一世代上の方で、僕らの時代にはいなかったので番長という存在がちょっとやっぱ恥ずかしいなと思ったんですけども、ある時小さな女の子に浜野番長って声かけられた時に、もうこれダメだなと観念して、逆に当時そのニックネームつけられたのは浜野大魔神って佐々木さんがつけられてた中で他いなかったので、そのニックネームつけられたことはいいことなんだなと、逆にこの言葉を大事に、していこうということで、それからは、浜野番長という言葉を受け入れられるようになってきました。今では気に入ってます。はい、
I think it was my first year or second year. It was the media, who came up with that nickname. And one day I saw in the newspaper headline, Hamano Bancho, referring to me. And at first I thought it was not cool at all, so I didn't like it. And the bancho in Japanese, it sounds a little bit old-aged, word referring to like a leader of youngster groups. In my generation, there was no more bancho around. However, one day, one little girl approached me and called me Hamano Bancho. And then I thought that I should give up, and at that time there was only one other player who had the nickname, who is the Mr. Sasaki, the pitcher, whose nickname was Hamano Daimajin, Demon King. So I thought maybe it's a good thing that I earned the nickname. And so I gradually thought that maybe I should cherish this nickname. And that's how I began to accept it and receive it. And now it's my favorable nickname.
Okay, again, we'll open the floor to all our guests today. If anyone has a question that they'd like to ask, please raise your hand. Don't be shy. Yes, Joy.
Me again, still a Yokohama resident, still a fan. You have an old star coming back to the team next year. Murata-san is coming back to the club, not on the playing side, obviously. What will it bring to both the team and the club, and perhaps even the city of Yokohama, to have him back?
Excuse me, I didn't catch the name.
Murata.
村田さん。来年はですね、スター選手の村田さんが戻ってきます。で、これはチームにとって、クラブにとって、ひいては横浜市にとって、これはどういうような意味を持つとお考えでしょうか。
そうですね、横浜で活躍した選手が、他チームに渡り、そしてコーチとして、また、違った形でね、チームに貢献してくれる、チームにプラスになってくれるということで、非常に大きな意味があるかなと思いますし、やはりその横浜のファンの方も、現役の時応援した選手が今度コーチとなって、チームにまた一緒のユニフォームを着て戦えるっていうのは、ファンの人も非常に喜ばしいことだと思いますし、チームとしてもその歴史がつながっていくのかなと感じております。
Yes, it's such a wonderful star player who played in Yokohama DeNA and went on to play in other teams, but now coming back as a coach, it's such a great thing for us team. It means a lot for us. Because we are able to fight in the field again in a different capacity as a coach. But it's to fans, it's going to be such a big thing, I think, because fans were cheering for him while he was a player. And then once again, he is back as a coach in Yokohama's uniform and play the game and fight the games in the field. So it's going to be a really, really happy thing for fans. Now it's kind of like the history coming back and the loop is being closed.
Thank you. Jim?
Sorry, I hope I'm not hogging all the questions, but it's such a rare opportunity to get this. Imanaga went to the major leagues, and Satsugo also went this year or next year. It looks like Sasaki is going. What do you think of all these players going to the major leagues? And is it good for Japanese baseball, or do you worry about the talent drain and the effect it's going to have? We saw with Oryx when they lost Yamamoto, they really struggled this year. So what do you think of this situation?
はい。今永投手が MLB に行きました。筒香選手も MLB に行きました。で、それから来年には佐々木投手が MLB に挑戦すると言われています。で、こういう状況についてどのようにお考えでしょうか。それは日本の野球界にとって良いことと思われるでしょうか。あるいは人材流出としてですね、懸念されるんでしょうか。例えばオリックスも山本投手を擁していたわけですが、山本投手が、MLB に行って、で今年は随分苦戦されていますね。この点についてお考えをお聞かせください。
はい、そうですね。これは仕方がないことかなと思ってます。やはりその選手個々の夢として世界の強豪と戦いたいっていうのもありますし、年俸がまず違いますし、そのあたりを求めていく選手もいると思いますけども、やはりでも日本の野球は日本の野球ですごく盛り上がっていると思いますし、盛り上げていかないといけないと思いますし、今年もそうですけども、やっぱりその今永が抜けた、バウアーがいなくなった、で弱くなったって言われたくなかったですから、その気持ちでじゃあ今年勝ってやろうっていう思いが強くなりましたから、そのいるメンバーで、全力で戦って得られるもの、ファンの人が見ていただいて感動していただけるものっていうのはあると思うので、 今年も本当に横浜スタジアムには連日たくさんのファンの方が駆けつけて、ほぼほぼ満員の中で試合ができたっていうのは、やっぱり日本の野球もやっぱりまだまだ魅力があるっていうことですし、もっともっと、魅力のあるものを提供していかないといけないと考えてますし、やっぱり DNA チーム全体としてもやっぱり世界一を目指すっていうところで、取り組んでますから、やはりその日本の野球、横浜 DeNA ベイスターズが世界から注目されるように、海外の選手たちが DNA でプレーしたいって、将来的にはそう思ってもらえるようになっていかないといけないと考えています。
Well, in one word, there's nothing we can do about it because each individual players have their own, a dream to pursue. Some want to play amongst the best of the best players in the world. And some want the more salaries, honestly. However, it is true that we have to make efforts so that the Japanese baseball will be more attractive. And after Imanaga left and the Bauer left the team, what we hated is that we are going to be told that you are now weaker because you don't have Imanaga or Bauer with you this year. That's something that we wanted to prove wrong. So that is why the players made a lot of efforts, and we worked so hard in order to prove that wrong. So in that way, the members playing in Japan, if they play the ball game at the best of their ability, and that would be well accepted by fans, and the fans will be happy to see it. And actually this year in the Yokohama stadiums, almost all game days, it was full house. Of course, we have to make more efforts so that our baseball and our team will be more attractive and more appealing. And we, DNA, is working towards the world's #1 club team. And we would like to make our efforts so that there will be foreign players who would want to come to DNA to play baseball.
All right, one final question for both of our guests today. You're a manager with the title, you're a player with the title, and you want to be motivated for 2025. What's going to drive you to go for 2 championships in a row?
で最後にお二人にお伺いしたいと思います。最優秀監督賞も取られました。選手としても、その個人として賞も取られました。で、2025年は、その日本シリーズ2連覇に向けて、どのような姿勢で臨まれますか？お聞かせください。
はい、やはり今年、日本シリーズで優勝しましたけども、やっぱりリーグ優勝ができなかった、3位という悔しい結果に終わりましたから、来年はやっぱりリーグ優勝から日本一目指して戦っていきますし、それは僕だけじゃなく、選手もそうですし、ファンの方もそうだと思います。そしてまた2025年、日本の野球界がもっともっと盛り上がるように、横浜スタジアムが楽しんでもらえるように、横浜スタジアムは本当に野球もそうですけども、野球以外でも、たくさんの楽しみが詰まったボールパークになっています。その楽しさをぜひ、世界に伝えてもらいたいなと思っております。よろしくお願いします。
Yes. Although we were able to win the Japan series this year, but we were not able to win the regular seasons. It was a disappointing third place finish. So next year, we'd like to first of all win the regular season and then go on to Japan series and win the championship there too. And that's something that the players, of course, would work towards. And that's what the fans are expecting too. And in 2025, we hope and we would make efforts so that the Japanese baseball will be more attractive. And the stadium will be a more fun place for people to visit. at Yokohama Stadium, it's not only the baseball games that are offered there. There are many different kinds of funs and entertainments that you can enjoy in that ballpark. So I hope that that side of the aspect of the Yokohama Stadium is also communicated to the wider audience in the world through your reporting. Thank you.
All right. Well, gentlemen, we have a custom. We can't wait for March either, season opening. The season just ended. But we have a custom in our club for our visiting guest. You have a 1-year honorary membership in the Foreign Correspondents Club of Japan. You may have to play for our softball team, if that's okay. But Miura-san, we'll actually let you pitch. Yeah, okay. もし時間、スケジュールよければ。All right, gentlemen, thank you so much for your time today, and we really appreciate this. Thank you.
ありがとうございます。
Next to them? It's up to them. Yeah, they're okay. All right. So there's been a request for foreign journalists to come front and have a picture with our guest today. Yes, please come on front. Japanese journalists are welcome as well.
Yes, a question that you're asked is to the audience.
Yeah. Oh, I'm going.
Let's give it the fight pose.
Left hand, right hand. Oh, New Jersey? Should I? All right. すみません。ちょっときつい。
笑顔でね。はい。ありがとうございます。一緒に一緒に。
Do you have